brothers.
People that overshare while they're standing in a customer service line.
Oh yeah, that
What
happens.
does that mean? What are you talking about when you say oversharing?
Overshare.
What
They
is that?
give you
I
your
don't
life
understand.
story. They tell you way too much information, way too many nonsense details about why they're in that current position at that particular time and why that person doesn't give a rat's ass.
It's like just
So, person listening.
Sir,
what-
I just
and-
asked you for your
name, date of birth. That's all.
So I go in, and I got some jeans that were given to me as a gift, and they don't fit.
They make my balls look too big.
So I go in to return them.
You're still wearing the skinny jeans,
Yeah.
so you go to return them.
Twig and berries.
Well, that's what I'm the customer. Oh, and I'm sharing. And so that's what you're talking about. People going in, and they're saying,
Yeah, you're at the doctor's office and the person comes in and goes, I've got this rash. And then they go into this 15-minute dissertation on how this pussy rash
"That's not a rash."
is running down their leg and how their doctor told them to do this and how they tried to take this. They're like, sir, we're just trying to schedule you for your next appointment. Yeah, but I've got this rash.
And that's
Yeah.
the oversharing.
I guess you had to be there.
And so I go in, I take my jeans back, and I'm like, I can't wear these jeans. Somebody gave them to me as a gift. All right, sir, do you have a receipt? Yeah, and I just want you to know that the reason I can't wear them is because they just run up my butt crack and
They irritate my
me,
rash.
Make me look like some big lady that sat down and is eating her dress when she stood up again, and I just can't stand that.
Gives me
And then-
camel toe.
And then all the hairs get all knotted up, and then it's like,
Yeah, but
When I put these jeans on, they make me look like a woman.
no,
I can't have that.
That's the wrong kind of customer service oversharing. I'm in reference to people sharing too much personal information about their particular malady at the time,
oh,
and it's
like the VA.
it's specifically the yeah, because you'll sit down and you don't want to have a conversation. Someone is sitting beside you, forcing unwanted information into your ear hole.
Oh, I know. It's in. That's what happened the other day when I was there. It was just I was standing in line, and the guy was talking about how he was given this medication, and the doctor prescribed something else, and it makes him sleepy, and he went to sleep, and then he wound up defecating in his bed, and he's trying to file a claim for VA to buy him a $4,000 mattress, and it's like, man, he goes. And then, of course, the attendant's like, I just need your name and date of birth. You know, it's like,
I cannot help you with your claim.
it's like, I can't help the fact that you just shit in your pants and in your bed,
You just pooped the
or
bed. You're blaming it on
or your or your mattress price, or you know, it's yeah, it's just, and what is it?
full of poop.
Poop. I think the other thing is when it comes to, especially there, is I don't really bitch about the VA because I mean, there's a system. You just got to know how to work
Yeah,
it.
it's the people that go in there that want to compete.
Right, and it
They
well,
have the International Malady Olympics.
and the thing is like like when I went, and it never fails. There's always somebody. They've got their veteran hat, Marine, whatever service it is, or they're in WW-NOM or whatever the fuck, But they will sit there and they bitch and bitch and bitch. Well, they just suck. This sucks. Blah, blah, blah. This sucks. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, you don't actually have to come here. You can go anywhere you want.
Does it suck as much as that ditch you were in and case on?
Yeah. It did.
Well,
It did.
come to find out, the guy never finished basic training, and
Yeah, and that's.
But he's got a gap.
yeah.
I mean, my thing is like if you're proud to be a veteran, then just be proud and appreciate the fact that you're getting free health care, But they bitch about it, moan about it, and my doctor this, and then they don't even go as far as bitch about the service, and it's like, oh, you're just a shitty veteran. That's what it is. You just want to be. You just want to be part of a group and wear your hat, and when people say, "Oh yeah, thank you for your service," it's like, are you, I want to state, are you really that good at what were you're probably a shitbag, the shitbag that was in the service,
Yeah,
that bitch got kicked out, and then now you want to style and profile with your veteran hat, and then bitch about everything else, just like what you did before.
And just annoy the crap out of everybody around you.
And don't get me wrong, I love all my veterans, but please don't be that one, because
don't be that guy.
We are veterans.
Yeah, we're all veterans, so it's like, just don't be that.
Of 1,000 psychic
So we can talk
wars
all the shit we want to talk.
Mm-hmm. Been there, done
in
that.
a rapid succession.
So
Yeah.
So you think that's what those hats are?
what's that?
Because I would never wear a vet cap.
I have an Afghanistan veteran one. That's it.
I have never seen you wear it.
I don't know. I mean, I've wore it a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't wear that kind of hat. I'll
It just says that, like Afghanistan.
You
it
got
says
grumpy vet.
yeah, because it's satire. And I wear my crossed rifle hats and Magpul hats.
I wear my Cav hats. That's about the only ones I wear.
Yeah, but if I don't want to share, well, I take it back. I've got that one grunt style hat that's got my unit,
Mm-hmm.
and that only makes sense to other people that were in those units.
Right.
To anybody else, those numbers don't mean anything to anybody. So I don't need to say veteran. What? Everybody's a fucking critic.
Nope, that's
You know,
not a critic. I'm just stating a fact right here.
You can actually move it to you.
I can't hear you. People can't hear you.
They can hear me just fine. You heard me.
No, there's a difference.
Oh.
I'll explain it to you later.
Over and over and over again.
So yeah, but
that-
are you saying, is this the insinuation is that the guys that have that that Vietnam vet hat with all the stuff all over it, where do you get that from? Can you just go get that at the 5 and dime store, or
Usually they have a little
Do you have to
store.
have a DD 214 with all your stuff on
No,
it,
you
where
don't
they
have
say,
to
"Here you
have
go"?
anything. You can go to a department store. I mean, they sell them. I think you can probably get it at Walmart, for Christ's sakes. Something like that. I mean, you can order online. You don't have
Amazon grunt style.
to. Yeah, you don't
So
have
it's almost as if it's stolen valor.
Can be.
They can't exactly. It could be that. I mean, somebody say oh yeah, I'm an airborne. I was 82nd and I jumped. I'm a paratrooper. It's like, you probably never even put on a parachute.
You and 100,000 other guys,
Yeah.
just like you.
Yeah, and it's like, because I worked with a guy. He was like, oh yeah, I was a paratrooper. Back in Vietnam, and it's like, does anybody know? And of course, people that's known this guy forever, they're like, dude, he never did that. It was just
He was just misremembering.
I mean, the guy's like 4 foot tall, and it's like, man, I couldn't see you.
Maybe he did one too many jumps and he lawn darted right. Stonk. He came in and compressed his spine.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'd have to be like, prove
there's
it.
there's a lot of
Prove
posers.
it.
There's a lot of posers.
Yeah.
A lot of posers.
Usually, a lot of the old timers that are wearing those hats, that one of their offspring has purchased the hat and dolled it all up and gave it to them. Because now in every VA facility I've been in, there's always there's a little canteen where you go and get the hats and the
Mm-hmm.
insignia and all that crap. I still have issue stuff from the 80s in my closet that I guarantee you will not make this move. Will not. It is going the way of the ghost.
I got out and went immediately to the dumpster. I
Funk.
see
I
every bit of it.
think I had my first Class A uniform, and I think I got rid of it. Probably like I held on to it for at least 20 years
Yeah.
before I finally got rid of it.
Yeah, I had a closet full of stuff that had gotten dry cleaned once, and it's been hanging in the same spot. And you pull it off, and the dust is now formed, and now it's kind of encased it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kept my dress jacket and all
Well,
my
y'all's
brass.
is cool because
Yeah.
that whole jacket is a one piece thing. Our uniform, especially the bus driver uniform, had like 6 different pieces for it, 2 different shirts, and a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, no.
You guys just put a T-shirt on underneath and then pulled your fancy collared jacket looking in, but it looks like
Yep.
it's awfully
What was it?
warm.
What was that called? Was it
Dress
a,
blues
yeah, but I mean, like, was it a tunic or
jacket.
it was just a jacket? That was nomenclature.
That's what I called it.
Okay. I'm just curious
Looks
because
very pretty.
I wore it.
they were.
That collar.
I
seemed
wore
like
that
would
in
be an
Japan
arm.
and got free sushi.
Free sushi.
Yeah, I would. And I was in the first time. It was we had the Army Greens, and then when I went back in, we had the greens, but then they changed to the blues, the ASUs. That's what they called them.
Army
Service.
shitty uniform.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and the thing was, is like they went to the ASUs, which is nothing more than a modified blues, you know. But then they was like, okay, well, they I guess they were toying around with the shirts, and because I was in Japan the first time, and they were coming out with the prototype, and the general was wearing, and he had it was the difference, a white shirt or a gray shirt, and with, and it just looked ugly as hell. I always thought they should have just went back to a khaki shirt.
Well, they did.
Well, I wish they would have went back to like the original khaki,
Like the
because
World War II stuff.
right, because it's a different color now than what it was then. Like the Marines, they could wear, they got their blue pants with a khaki shirt, right?
Modified.
Yeah, I thought that was like
And their khaki. Their khaki uniform.
and then they'd had their stripes on their shirt. I always thought, because that's the way
They had the better uniforms.
back, and that's the way the Army was that way. You put all your insignia and everything on your B uniform. You had your rank on there. You get all of that. I thought that they should have went back to that. They came out with the
No, then they brought us black berets.
yeah,
Thank you,
They-
Shinseki, you dipshit.
and then they stole the black berets from the Rangers and gave them a tan beret.
Well, they're to their benefit. The original berets were tan.
Or were they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But what was it? Yeah, I thought when they decided to change and go back to a more, which they call the pinks now. That's what they call the new uniform now in the Army. They call them pinks.
Well, that's what the uniforms you did. The first time you take yours to the wash, when it's in theater, and you had
Right.
that 3-color desert,
Right.
it turned out
So,
pink.
well, the thing is that, they're taking everything from like the World War II style uniform, but they didn't do the same colors in it when you look at it. When they called it pinks, I was like, why in the fuck would they call it pinks? But now, if you had the two side by side, you'd be like, it's got pink
It
hues.
has a pink hue to it.
Maybe that's the whole woke.
Pink,
Maybe it's
pink you, buddy. Pink you.
yes, daddy.
Daddy. He's just all pinked up, Daddy. I thought you faded out. Did you go away from
No, I'm
where
just
did you-
listening to you guys talking about breeches and pink breeches and
Pink britches.
all
are the best.
your berets, your raspberry berets. I'm just listening because
You didn't have that.
Marine.
Marine. That's what the sound of 50 pounds of shit hitting a fan blade makes. Marine. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
And that's quite all right. Doesn't hurt my
No,
feelings.
No, I'm not. I know lots of Marines, and they're all good people, mostly.
And then there's Dwayne.
And then there's Dwayne, because he's kind of special. He's a special Marine.
He drives the special bus to work.
Marsoc. I don't know. Well, you always know when you meet a SEAL because they'll tell you. But Raiders would never really fess up that they were an actual Raider. And my opinion was Raider school seemed to be a lot more difficult. And once a MARSOC Marine is always a MARSOC Marine. They didn't from my time at SOCOM, it didn't seem like they would jump and go to another unit, they would stay with the MARSOC side of the house. They would never go SOCOM. So, and I don't know. I could never get a straight answer because it was, you start talking to some of those guys, you know how dude's in SF.
Mm.
He's got all this stuff all over, and he tells you. So, like, yeah, okay, whatever. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
You're worth it. That's my new thing.
I
My wife
had,
taught me
a
that.
thought, and it just went
I hate it when that happens.
like a fart in a high wind. Had a sometimers moment. Damn it, and it was funny, too. Son of a...
Reed Brothers.